Rome, 1608. A fresco painter named Guido Reni stands in the church of Santa Maria della Concezione, brush hovering over wet plaster. His commission, paint St. Michael destroying Lucifer. Standard iconography, but Reni adds something no one requested. In the shadowed corner, almost invisible, a smaller angel watches. Not fighting, just watching. The guardian angel of the painter himself, Reni later tells the monks, making sure his hand doesn't slip, his mind doesn't wander. For Reni, the angel isn't protecting his body from demons, it's protecting his soul from bad brushstrokes. This tiny addition, this quiet witness in the corner, captures something profound happening to guardian angels in the Renaissance. They're transforming from bodyguards into something far more intimate. But to understand how we get from ancient protective spirits to Reni's artistic muse, to Aleister Crowley teaching people to phone their angels like cosmic therapists, we need to go back to when angels first learned to babysit. 3rd century BCE, somewhere in the Jewish diaspora. A scribe is translating Daniel into Greek, and he hits a phrase that will echo for millennia. Michael, one of the chief princes. The Hebrew is clear. Michael is Israel's Tsar, their patron prince, the angel assigned to their nation the way Persia has its own celestial ambassador. This is standard ancient Near Eastern cosmology. Every nation gets a divine sponsor. The gods play favorites, but something shifts in the scribe's mind as he writes. If nations have angels, what about cities? What about families? What about, and here's where everything changes, what about individual people? The idea is intoxicating and terrifying in equal measure. Intoxicating because it means God hasn't just delegated the cosmos to middle management. He's assigned personal representatives to every human life. Terrifying because if you have a guardian angel, you also have a cosmic witness to every moment of shame, every hidden sin, every time you fall short. Your angel sees everything. Rabbis in the Talmudic period run with this anxiety. They develop elaborate angelology. Your guardian angel, they teach, literally stands between you and catastrophe, but it also reports back to heaven. One rabbinic text describes a man terrified by something he can't see, and Rabbi Rashi explains, his guardian angel in heaven sees the danger and transmits that terror downward. The angel is a spiritual early warning system, pumping dread into your nervous system to keep you alive. And then there's Layla, the angel of conception, who supposedly watches over you from the moment of pregnancy, teaching your soul Torah in the womb, then striking your upper lip at birth, creating your philtrum, that small indentation, to make you forget everything you learned so you have to relearn it through living. Your guardian angel's first act is induced amnesia. Protective love via strategic forgetting. Christianity inherits this framework but immediately democratizes it. Jesus himself supplies the mission statement. See that you despise not one of these little ones, for I say to you that their angels in heaven always see the face of my Father. Not just Israel's angel, not just the righteous. Every child, every despised, overlooked, powerless child has an angel with direct access to God's throne room. This is revolutionary. You can't oppress someone whose guardian angel has God's ear. Early Christians take this seriously. Angels become courtroom advocates, presenting your prayers, defending you against demonic prosecution. The martyrs report seeing their guardian angels during torture, standing just out of reach of Roman soldiers, visible only to the dying saint. These angels don't intervene, they witness. They validate suffering by bearing celestial testimony. But for 8 centuries, the theology stays fuzzy. Angels exist. They help, but are they assigned at birth, at baptism? Does everyone get one, or just the faithful? Does a baptized infant have the same angel its entire life, or do angels rotate shifts? Enter Honorius of Auden, 12th century, and everything crystallizes. Honorius writes with absolute confidence, every soul receives a guardian angel the moment it enters a body. Not at baptism, at conception. Your angel is older than your first breath. It's your original companion, predating memory, predating language. Honorius gives the medieval world a new certainty, and the Church seizes it. Thomas Aquinas formalizes the taxonomy a century later. Guardian angels, he declares, come from the lowest choir of angels, the ones closest to materiality, the ones who understand human weakness because they're most familiar with the physical world. It's not an insult. It's specialization. Your guardian angel isn't some distant seraph. It's the angel who gets bodies, who understands temptation, who knows what it's like to be bound to matter and time. Duns Scotus disagrees. Any angel can be assigned guardian duty, he argues. It's not about rank. It's about obedience. The highest angel in heaven would accept guardianship of a single human without complaint if God commanded it. The debate rages for decades. Is your guardian angel a specialist or a generalist? A junior employee or a senior mentor slumming it on earth? While theologians argue, artists decide for the masses. Raphael guiding Tobias becomes the visual shorthand for guardian angels. Every painting shows the same scene. Young Tobias walking, Raphael slightly behind and to the side, one hand on the boy's shoulder, the other pointing forward. The angel is guide and companion, never controlling, never coercive. Just present, just attentive. By the 15th century, the Catholic Church makes it official. October 2nd becomes the Feast of the Holy Guardian Angels. It's a strategic move. Folk practices are already flourishing. Amulets with angel names to protect pregnant women from Lilith, prayers whispered at bedtime, parents teaching children to address their angels by name. The Church doesn't ban these practices. It absorbs them, gives them a liturgical home, sanctifies the impulse. But something else is happening in the 15th century, something the Church doesn't sanction. In Germany, a Kabbalist named Abraham of Worms is writing a grimoire, the book of the sacred magic of Abramelin the mage. And Abraham has a wild idea. What if your guardian angel isn't just watching you? What if you could talk back? What if the relationship could go both ways? Abraham's book describes an 18-month ritual. Purification. At the end, if you do everything correctly, your holy guardian angel appears and speaks. Not in visions, not in dreams, in direct conversation. The angel gives you its name. It teaches you magic. It becomes your partner in the work of transformation. This is revolutionary and borderline heretical. Catholic theology says angels serve God first, humans second. Abraham flips it. Once you've established contact, your guardian angel serves you. It obeys your will, not because you've enslaved it, but because you've aligned your will with the divine purpose the angel already serves. The angel isn't your servant. It's your collaborator, your teacher, your supernatural co-conspirator. The manuscript circulates in esoteric circles for 4 centuries. Then, in 1897, Samuel Liddell MacGregor Mathers translates it into English. Mathers is co-founder of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, a Victorian magical order that treats occultism like graduate school. They give Abraham's concept a new name, the Holy Guardian Angel. Capital A. They turn it into a title, a rank, a goal. The Golden Dawn creates rituals, elaborate, exhausting rituals, designed to facilitate contact. They frame it as the great work, the single most important task of any magician's life. Everything else is preparation. Tarot study, astrology, ritual magic, all of it just trains you for the moment when you achieve knowledge and conversation with your holy guardian angel. That phrase, knowledge and conversation, becomes the technical term. Not meeting your angel. Not seeing it. Knowledge and conversation. Intimate, ongoing, transformative dialogue. Then Aleister Crowley gets his hands on it. Crowley joins the Golden Dawn, absorbs everything, then leaves in a dramatic schism and founds his own religion, Thelema, and Crowley becomes obsessed with the holy guardian angel. He writes about it constantly, revises his understanding, builds his entire magical system around achieving this contact. In his early writings, Crowley identifies the holy guardian angel with what he calls your silent self, the part of you that knows your true purpose, your true will, the unique reason you exist. The angel isn't separate from you. It's the deepest, truest version of yourself, usually buried under layers of social conditioning and false desires. Contacting your holy guardian angel means breaking through those layers to discover who you actually are. But decades later, composing Magic Without Tears in his 60s, Crowley changes his mind. The holy guardian angel, he now insists, is not you. It's a discrete, independent being. It might have been human once. It might have its own history, its own personality, its own agenda that happens to align with your true will. The relationship isn't self-discovery. It's partnership with another. This contradiction never gets resolved because Crowley dies before he can clarify. But the ambiguity is productive. It means Thelema can accommodate two interpretations simultaneously. Your angel is your higher self and a separate being. It's psychological and metaphysical. It's the voice of intuition and an actual entity. The either-or collapses into both and. Crowley's influence ripples outward. Mid-20th century occultism becomes saturated with holy guardian angel language. Chaos magicians treats it as a servitor you create through sustained belief. Jungian magicians identify it with the self archetype. New Age practitioners rebrand it as your higher self and strip out all the rigorous ritual, reducing 18 months of a Brahmalin's purification to a weekend workshop with guided meditation. But here's what's fascinating. While occultists are turning guardian angels into magical technology, Catholics are turning them into intimate friends. Pope John XXIII tells a story about his guardian angel reassuring him in a dream. St. Pio of Pietrelcina instructs his parishioners to send their guardian angels to communicate with him when they can't travel. Pope Francis preaches that you should talk to your angel daily. Ask its name, say good morning, request advice. This is a Brahmalin's vision, stripped of ceremonial magic, repackaged as folk piety. The Catholic Church in the 20th century teaches ordinary believers to do exactly what Renaissance magicians did, establish direct conversational relationships with their angels. The difference is intention. Magicians want power, knowledge, transformation. Catholics want companionship, guidance, protection. But the practice, daily conversation with an invisible being assigned specifically to you, is identical. And then there's the Protestant response. Lutherans keep guardian angels in their catechism. Martin Luther's morning and evening prayers both ask for angelic protection. Methodists build them into hymns and testimonies. John Wesley credited his guardian angel with saving him from a mob in 1743. The Reformed tradition debates whether guardian angels are biblical or Catholic superstition, and different theologians land on different answers. What's remarkable is the ecumenical persistence. Catholics, Lutherans, Methodists, Anglicans, even some Reformed churches, all maintain some version of guardian angel theology. The details differ. Catholics say you definitely have one angel for life. Some Protestants say maybe you have one, maybe you share an angel with other believers, maybe angels rotate duties. But almost no one denies their existence entirely. The concept survives every schism, every reformation, every theological purge. Meanwhile, Islam develops parallel theology. The mu'aqibat, 2 angels in front and behind, 2 recording angels on your shoulders. 4 angels per person, dividing the labor. Protection and documentation as separate job descriptions. And like Christian angels, Islamic angels don't prevent sin. They witness it, record it, and the record matters at judgment. Your angels are your eternal surveillance system. So by the 20th century, you have this bizarre convergence. Traditional Catholics asking their angels for parking spaces. Thelemic magicians performing 6-hour rituals to invoke their holy guardian angel's true name. Protestant children praying, "Angel of God, my guardian dear," at bedtime. New Age seekers channeling their higher self. Muslim believers aware of 4 angels witnessing every action. All of them doing some version of the same thing, acknowledging an invisible, personal, protective yet observant presence assigned specifically to them. Pop culture absorbs all of it and regurgitates it as shorthand. It's a Wonderful Life gives us Clarence, the bumbling angel who earns his wings by showing George Bailey life's value. He's comic relief and cosmic intervention, guardian angel as life coach. The shoulder angel in Devil, that tiny cartoon trope, is morality play theology condensed into 2-inch figures whispering in your ears. Supernatural, Constantine, Lucifer. Every urban fantasy series deploys guardian angels as plot devices, sometimes protective, sometimes useless, always deeply invested in specific humans. And then there's the metaphor. "She's my guardian angel" means protector, advocate, the person who shows up when you're drowning. The language has escaped theology entirely. You don't have to believe in angels to use angel language. The concept is so deeply embedded in Western consciousness that it's become a verb, an adjective, a metaphor for any kind of protective presence. But here's what we've lost in the translation from ancient cosmology to modern metaphor: the terror. Early guardian angel theology wasn't comforting. It was surveillance. Your angel watches everything, records everything, testifies against you if necessary. The angel that protects you also condemns you. It's the ultimate panopticon, an observer you can never escape, never deceive, never hide from. Medieval Christians lived with this tension. Your guardian angel loves you enough to guide you and knows you completely enough to damn you. It's the most intimate relationship imaginable and the most exposing. There's no privacy, no secret self. Everything you are is transparent to the being assigned to your soul. Modern guardian angel theology has largely abandoned this surveillance aspect. We've kept the protection, the guidance, the comfort. We've discarded the judgment, the recording, the cosmic accountability. Our angels have become enablers, cheerleaders, supporters. They've lost their teeth, except in occult traditions, where the holy guardian angel remains demanding. A Bramelin's ritual requires 18 months of purification. You don't summon your angel, you make yourself worthy of contact. You don't command it, you align with it. The angel tests you, challenges you, forces you to confront every shadow aspect of yourself. This isn't a comfort animal. It's a refining fire. Crowley writes that achieving knowledge and conversation with your holy guardian angel is just the beginning. After that, the angel guides you to the abyss, the point where you must surrender your ego entirely, accept annihilation of the self you thought you were. The guardian angel doesn't protect you from that destruction. It escorts you toward it, because the true you lies on the other side. This is guardian angel theology stripped of sentimentality. Your angel doesn't keep you safe. It keeps you growing. It doesn't prevent pain. It ensures pain has meaning. The angel's job isn't to make your life comfortable. It's to make your life purposeful. And sometimes purpose requires discomfort, crisis, transformation that feels like death. Saint Gemma Galgani, the 19th century Italian mystic, described conversations with her guardian angel that were rarely comforting. The angel corrected her, rebuked her, demanded more rigorous holiness. Gemma's angel wasn't a friend. It was a drill sergeant of the soul, and Gemma loved it precisely because it refused to coddle her. This is the guardian angel, as Dante imagines it, in the Purgatorio, not preventing your descent into suffering but accompanying you through it, ensuring you emerge transformed. The angel doesn't stop the refining fire. It makes sure you don't escape the fire prematurely before the purification is complete. We've arrived at two completely different guardian angels in modern consciousness. One is your higher self, the voice of intuition, the gentle presence reminding you of your worth. This is self-help angel, therapeutic angel, the angel who tells you you're enough exactly as you are. The other is your holy guardian angel, the entity demanding you become more than you are, the voice that won't let you settle, the presence that insists on transformation even when transformation requires destroying everything you've built. And here's the strange thing. Both are biblical. Psalm 91, he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways, promises protection. But Matthew 18, their angels always see the face of my Father, promises witness. Your angel guards your body and observes your soul. It's bodyguard and courtroom stenographer. Protector and prosecutor. Both end, not either or. So when Pope Francis tells Catholics to talk to their guardian angels every morning, he's channeling a Bramelin whether he knows it or not. When chaos magicians invoke their holy guardian angel for magical operations, they're performing a secularized version of petitionary prayer. When therapists talk about accessing your inner wisdom, they're describing knowledge and conversation without the occult vocabulary. The practices converge, even when the theologies diverge. And perhaps that's the enduring power of guardian angels. They're malleable enough to survive translation across traditions, adaptable enough to fit both medieval Catholicism and postmodern spirituality. They're the only celestial beings we're allowed to own, the only part of heaven assigned exclusively to us. Whether you call it your guardian angel, your holy guardian angel, your higher self, your inner voice, or your intuition, you're describing the same phenomenon, an awareness of being accompanied through life by something wiser, older, and more patient than your conscious mind. Guido Reni's tiny angel in the corner of that fresco, watching the painter work, that's the image that endures. Not the dramatic apocalyptic angels fighting demons. Not the terrifying seraphim circling God's throne. But the quiet witness in the corner, making sure your hand doesn't slip, your mind doesn't wander, your soul doesn't forget what it's here to do. The angel that doesn't prevent mistakes, but ensures mistakes become lessons. The angel that doesn't promise safety, but promises meaning. That's what guardian angels have always been, beneath every theological refinement and magical elaboration. They're the personification of the conviction that you matter enough to be watched over, that your life matters enough to be witnessed, that your choices matter enough to be recorded. Whether you interpret that as comfort or terror depends entirely on what you think you're hiding. Your guardian angel knows. It's always known. And it's still here,